Stephen A., this coincides with what Jerry has done. He waited till the umpteenth hour to get Dak. He wanted till the umpteenth hour to get CD. And you see what it's cost him? It puts his team in salary cap hell. But hey, that's Jerry. That's the way he does business. He don't view it as a pressing matter when he could have got it done a couple of years earlier and saved himself a boatload of money. He said he would rather pay more. Oh, boy.
You know, here's the conclusion that I've drawn. Jerry Jones, although he's an owner in the National Football League, doesn't want to abide by what determines success in the National Football League. He still wants to do his own thing. It's like the longer you wait, the more money is going to cost you, which is going to compromise you in a hard cap league like the National Football League. He just wants to ignore that. Just wants to ignore it because it works for him. I would rather pay more and get it right, than pay less and get it wrong. How about the option?
No, you're supposed to be moving on.
Yeah, but how about the option that you could actually pay less and get it right?
Yeah.
Just a thought. Just a thought. You could actually get it right by playing earlier, which would mean you could pay less, and he still doesn't do that.
Yeah. But see, Stephen A., that sounds too much like my grandma used to say, boy, that sounds too much like right, huh? Yeah. That makes too much sense. Yeah. Because he's like, well, you know what? I could. So if I played less, I signed Micah earlier. This is Micah Parsons, Defensive Rookie of the Year. He's been in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year from back-to-back seasons. What if I just play him a little less, get it done earlier, pay less, a la the Eagles? Look at what the Eagles do, Stephen A. They signed Jalen Hurts earlier. They got him tied up. They ain't got to worry about $70 million coming up next year and all the offensive linemen. Keep doing you, Jerry.
The Eagles
give us
great job
material to talk about.
Of winning a Super Bowl and retaining.
And I'm not saying
gasoline. But here comes the gasoline.
But there's a couple of other ways, that I think we should absorb this right here. Let's take a moment to pause and really, really dissect what this man, DeMarcus Lawrence, said. 1 foot out the door. I mean, you could say both of it, but he had just landed in Seattle. I mean, damn, he didn't get a chance to pass gas before he threw flames on the Dallas Cowboys. What did the man say? What did the man say, Swagoo? What did the man say, Jay? He said, quote, "Wasn't like we gonna win a Super Bowl anyway in Dallas." So like you can look at the statement, right? And you can say that, damn, he's throwing shade on the Cowboys. I take it a little bit differently. I take it as a member of the Dallas Cowboys, being in a Dallas Cowboy uniform, having his family in Dallas, having his friends in Dallas, wearing that Dallas Cowboy star in his helmet, playing at the $1 billion playpen known as Jerry World, knowing every single Sunday they didn't have a chance to win. You can't make this up. So understand. Now it is safe, Jay. It is safe to assume that he ain't the only one that feel that way. So the way I looked at it, you're focused on DeMarcus Lawrence. I'm focused on the locker room. I'm focused on an abundance of dudes stepping out on the football field for the Dallas Cowboys, knowing we ain't got no damn chance. We ain't gonna really be that relevant. And by the way, the brother is in Seattle who is considered to be retooling, AKA rebuilding, okay? And he's saying this. It ain't like he left and said what he said after he joined the Ravens. It ain't like he said what he said after he joined the Kansas City Chiefs or the Bills or the Eagles. No. He said that joining the Seattle Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks, who, by the way, was average at best, and then just lost their quarterback. They no longer have Geno. Am I right? Did Geno leave? Right. Ain't Geno gone?
No Geno.
So Geno, who's above average, but he ain't Burrow, he ain't Lamar Jackson, he ain't Josh Allen, he ain't Patrick Mahomes, he ain't Jalen Hurts. Damn it, he ain't Baker Mayfield, for crying out loud, okay? He ain't Jared Goff. He ain't these dudes, but he's gone. He's gone. So you don't even know who you got. And playing for Seattle, I know they got Sam Darnold. I understand, but damn it, you know how I feel about him after everybody celebrating, throwing water on him like they won a championship when he was 14-2. And they forgot, damn, we ain't even win the division yet. You understand what I'm saying?
Leave that man alone. Leave that man alone. We talking about Dallas.
I'm just saying.
Leave that man alone, man.
I'm just saying. All I'm saying is this, y'all. Is it just me, Jay? Is it just me when I say this brother said that as a part of a rebuilding, a reclamation project in Seattle, and he's still talking smack? That means you got a whole bunch of dudes in Dallas that don't believe they're going to win. I give Micah Parsons credit. At least I believe he believes he going to do something. He believes they're going to do something. I'll give him credit for that. But DeMarcus Lawrence saying that, if I'm Jerry Jones, you got to call team meet, bro. We got to look people in the eye. Get Michael Irvin. Let him do it. Let him point him out. Just the same way he did for Jimmy Johnson years ago. Let him point him out. Yo, who the hell? Who don't believe?
S.A.
Get them the hell out of here.
S.A., don't you remember when he joined us at the Super Bowl? Stephen A., don't you remember when he joined us? Don't you remember what he told us when he joined us at the Super Bowl in Vegas? I mean,
he said they were fatigued. He said they were tired.
The team was fatigued, and they didn't really want it. I mean, that was a year and change ago. He was already alluding to all of it, so I'm not not he took his talents elsewhere.
Hey Molly, could you imagine a playmaker going hearing this comment? He's so huffing and puffing like Swagoo. Who said we gonna find out who feel this way? We got to. You can't make it up. Listen, thank you to DeMarcus Lawrence. Thank you for Micah Parsons. Listen, I usually have to wait until December for Christmas. Y'all brought it early. I mean, this is the gift that keeps on giving. It really is.
Let me ask you this, though. I'll come to you, J-Mac, on this before we get into all the NBA action from last night. Seriously, what does this say about the state of the Cowboys and specifically their culture? Because they have talent.
Yeah. It says a lot. He was in the building for 11 years, and I look at it, every sports media member was sitting there as DeMarcus Lawrence was saying this, and you just point to the screen, and it's just like, I told you, I've been telling y'all for 5 years that this has been going on, and it's not only him. Dalton Schultz left, and he went to the Texans. He talked about tours coming through the building and the focus not being on winning. Jordan Lewis said it earlier in the season, September. Guys weren't doing enough to focus on winning football games, and we're seeing it now that he has left. And you can't say those things when you're in the building, because if you're Tank Lawrence and you say those things and you talk about the fact that your owner is doing a radio show every week, or he's doing a post-game conversation with the media after games before the head coach, then you're looked at on the team as if you're a cancer, and now your owner's looking at you like, are you worth this amount of money that we're paying you? So as soon as he left, he said it. And even the Seattle Seahawks reporter is standing there, and when he says it, he doesn't even know how to respond. He sits there and he's like, oh, damn, I'm going to be on First Take tomorrow. I had no expectation for that. I thought we would just welcome you to town, welcome you to the team, and he chose violence in that moment. I have no problem with Micah responding to it, because you have to step up and speak up for your guys. But to your point, Swagoo, this shows their relationship. You know what it's like in the same position group? Y'all have a group chat going on. When Tank Lawrence says these things, somebody's hitting the group chat and saying it to his face or through the phone about what he's doing, not going on Twitter to post about it. So this says a lot about their culture, what we've said for years. The focal point is not winning Super Bowls. And I think for DeMarcus Lawrence, whether you're in Seattle, whether you're on any other team, you want to be in a situation where you feel like every move, every single day, at every level of the organization is moving forward to try to win a Super Bowl.
Well, let's also add this before I hand the baton back to you, Swagoo. Not only is this coming from a dude who was in the building for 11 years, this is coming from a dude who ain't had double-digit sack totals in a season since 2018. So when you look at the 61.5 sacks, he had 2 years. 1 year was 14.5 sacks. Another year was 10.5 sacks. That's 25 sacks in 2 years, okay? The other 9 years, the brother had 36 sacks. And he talking smack about the climate in the organization. I don't know how you feel about me saying this, Swagoo, but I feel I've been validated. I really, really have. I have been telling everybody for years and years and years, there's a black cat running around that franchise. I've been telling everybody for years and years and years, you ain't going nowhere. Be patient. Just wait. They'll fall apart. It's coming. Don't worry about it. Right on cue. It got so bad that this past season, I actually stopped laughing. I actually stopped mocking them. I actually stored my cowboy hat. It wasn't funny anymore. They took the fun out of everything because they sucked so badly. I mean, that's how bad it was. That's how bad it was. So I'm validated this morning.
From you really quick. What do you want to say before I get into the NBA? What do you want to say, Stephen A. Smith, to the American people, specifically Cowboys fans, right now on March 14th, Friday, March 14th, 2025? What would you like to tell them?
What I want to say, Molly, what I want to say, this right there.